Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Not with that name. Not with that name. Let's do it. Escape or a mind control facility. Escape sound good to me.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Alright. We're gonna go back this way.
Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
Yep. Yep. Violent death, he said. So, we're gonna go this way to the mind control. Hello?
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Can I go back up?
Whoops, nope, never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out. Incredible.
Alright.
Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
The narrator is a little upset, is he?
Surely this time Stanley will walk forward into the spooky corridor, won't he?
No, but surely won't. Let's see what happens if I go back up.
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
Whoa.
Oh my god. It's the boss's office.
That scared me.
This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a timeout here for a minute while I process this.
What? What? You can't have a timeout in the middle of my game?
Okay, I'm ready. I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No, wait. No, I need more time to process.
What? I'm not done. All right. Narrator, come on.
All right.
What is going on, YouTube? It is iDog. I'm back with another one. And this video right here, I'm in a new game. I'm playing a new game. It's called the Stanley Parable. It's like an interaction game where you get to choose your fate, where you want to go next, what you want to do next, stuff like that. And it's an interaction between the game developers. So like the game developers is kind of commentating the game while you as Stanley, the character, make the decisions. So yeah, more of an interaction game. Where you want to go next, what you want to do next, stuff like that. Yeah, you'll see it the more you go. It has like somewhat comedy to it and stuff like that. So yeah, we're gonna play it for a little bit. Let me know if you guys like this. I actually haven't played this game, but I've seen a little footage on it, so I wanted to play it. I bought the game and I said I'll play it for you guys. Just a little different, nothing competitive, just more interaction. So yeah, we're gonna get right straight into it. Have you played Stanley Parable? No. So But yeah, I'm gonna fix the settings and I'll be right back when we get into the game and whatever the first cutscene, whatever. Okay, the Stanley Parable. Let me change my computer to the game. I was in OBS, and yeah, I don't think there's many settings I have to change or anything. So let's begin the game. Never to end. It's never to end. It's never to end. It's never to end. It's never to end. Okay. I think this game came out.
Of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on the
I think this game came out like a year ago. A year and 6 months.
Desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time.
Unable to move.
But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Should I get out of my desk and step out my office? I don't want to step out my office. Maybe I don't want to. Can I sit back out? No. So I just...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So I gotta go to the meeting room?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
No matter how hard I looked? What about that? That's a trace. I'll turn it back on. Can I turn it back on? Dang it.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Advance the story. Okay. All the doors locked. Hey y'all. Let me go this way. Yep. Turn it back on. Okay, I can crouch. Crouch is LB or L2. I mean LB or LT. Both of them do that. No jumping though. Can't jump. Hello? What did I say? I hate Mondays. Hello?
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So I gotta exit the door. Let's go right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
No. That door is open. I'm gonna go back. I don't want to stop by the employee lounge. I don't think I have a choice.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
Sit down.
Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
No, I didn't.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
First open door on my left. Let's keep going.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
So I'm incredible at. Okay, all right. Maybe I should start listening to him. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. It cause death.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Oh, so there's somebody I'm doing it for.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
So what do I need to do?
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
I'll pick up the phone.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
What? What?
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley. Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Press A. I have to press B. Okay.
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind
controls. So the narrator is
and down
me?
another was
I mean,
a
no,
young
the narrator
mind waved
is
in many directions, and down another was a game with a baby, and he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head.
So the narrator is like my narrator.
And then again,
narrator is the
and
developer.
Again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Should I do it? Should I do it? I'm gonna do it. Press A. I press it.
Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Maybe I shouldn't press it this time.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Did I die? I didn't press anything. I'm so confused. I'm going back to the beginning. What? Okay. If it takes me back to the beginning, question mark, I'm going to follow it. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Let's go to the meeting room. Hello?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Should I do right again? Sorry, you can hear my brother and nephew in the background. I'm gonna do left. Let's do left.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
We're broke Wednesdays. We're broke Wednesdays. What do people want? Happy feelings. Violet James, you are fired. What?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
What happens if I go down here? Oh no, that room red. I ain't going down there. Or should I? What is up there? Let's go up. Next time I'm not going to follow directions. How about that? Boss. Boss. Again, sorry if you can hear my brother and his child in the background.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course,
2845.
Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
I mean, you told me. 2, 8, 4, 5.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad,
I didn't
Stanley
push random
to
buttons on the
enter
keypad. You told me.
By sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Where's the passageway? Hello?
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Can I go back up?
Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
Hello?
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have. An incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow. I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
Is that right?
Incredible.
Alright.
Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
The narrator is a little upset, is he?
Surely this time Stanley will walk forward into the spooky corridor, won't he?
No, but you're like, well, let's see what happens if I go back up.
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
narrator is a little upset or something. Will you talk again? Whoa.
Oh my God. It's the boss's office.
That scared me.
This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a timeout here for a minute while I process this.
What? What? You can't have a timeout in the middle of my game?
Okay, I'm ready. I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No, wait. No, I need more time to process.
What? I'm not done. All right. Narrator, come on.
All right. I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
All right. I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna go through this time.
Of course. Going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
So you ain't got nothing for me. I'm going this time.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Not with that name. Not with that name. Let's do it. Escape or a mind control facility. Escape sound good to me.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
All right. We're going to go back this way.
Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
Yep. Violent death, he said. So, we're going to go this way to the mind control.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Is this gate going to close on me? Should I hit that button or no? I'm going to go back real quick. Can't hit that one anymore. Actually, let's see. Can I go back through this way? Or is it close? Yeah, it's close. Okay. So it's not really a scary game, just decisions, I guess. I'm not sure. Hit the button.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
I'm 427, right? $528. What is $528? 104 was fired and 601. What does that say? I can't tell. Go this way. 601 was fired, 104 was fired, and 528 has some writing up there.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
What is this, dude? I'm scared.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Do I have to? It's number 5. What happens if I hit that button over there? There's a button over here. 2, 1. Three. I came from right here. Let's see. What does this button do? Maybe the 1 button work? Let's see. Three is right here. Where's 4? That's 5, right? Anybody see 4? I don't want to hit 5 and then 4 has to be like right here somewhere. Cause that's 3. Should I hit 5? I'm gonna hit 5. Cause I don't see. Is that 4? Is this 4? 1, 2, 3, 5. There's no 4. I'm going in.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex.
Let me turn it off.
Until detonation, then, let's say 2 minutes.
Should I turn this off?
Now, this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time.
What should I do? You talking?
Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start.
What should I do?
What's
You
that?
30 minutes already? 30 seconds.
A moment of solace before you're obliterated. All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone.
Should I turn it
Other
off?
times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing
Can't turn it off.
everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp.
Okay.
I have to say this, though. This version of events
I got
has been rather amusing.
50
Watching you
seconds.
try to make sense of everything and take back
Four
the
is up there.
control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not?
What?
These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to
How
screen,
do you know that?
clicking on every little thing.
How do you
in the
know that?
screen. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this
Enable
place
backup
is?
power? How do I enable backup power?
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment.
Maybe this one?
But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it
right.
first.
Here we
so
go.
you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately?
What am I supposed to do?
Or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say happily ever after.
Hello? Okay, I'm gonna stop it right there. I'm gonna pause it, stop it, whatever. It took me back to the beginning. And yeah, I'm gonna stop it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. This is definitely different, and I want to play it more. It's probably be something. I think it's like a 8-hour game through the whole game, you know, including some of the extra stuff. So let me know if you guys want to see more of this. I love this narrator and how the game is formatted. So if y'all want to see more, like the video, let me know down in the comments, and yeah, I'll do more. I'm out. Peace.